With a pair of home runs against the New York Yankees in the Bronx on Tuesday night, Shohei Ohtani continued what has been nothing less than a remarkable 2021 season. Ohtani's homers, NOS. 27 and 28 on the year, vaulted him into the MLB lead ahead of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and gave him 4 in his past 3 games. Since June 15, the Los Angeles Angels two-way sensation has 11 home runs in 13 games, to go with 2 starts and a 1.50 ERA as a pitcher over that span. Whether at the plate or on the mound, everything Ohtani does is impressive. As I wrote in May, this is a modern Babe Ruth season. But that might be understating what Ohtani has been doing. According to baseball-reference.com's wins above replacement, Ohtani is on pace for 11.7 total WAR per 162 games this year, including 6.7 as a position player and 5.0 as a pitcher. That would be an astronomical tally. None of teammate Mike Trout's seasons have reached that level. In fact, it hasn't been done since Barry Bonds in 2002. But even more remarkably, no player in AL or NL history has even come close to producing 5 WAR on both sides of the ball in the same season. Ruth's best two-way year saw him put up 6.0 WAR as a batter and 3.0 WAR as a pitcher in 1918, one of his last seasons before becoming a full-time outfielder. When even the canonical example of a two-way baseball superstar fails to measure up, that means it's pretty hard to find parallels for Ohtani's 2021 performance. But it's not impossible. After Baseball Reference officially added statistics from the Negro Leagues to its Major League records earlier this month, it opened up a lot of new comparisons in the data that weren't possible before. Because of that, we have a chance to highlight another player that essentially did what Ohtani is doing right now, Bullet Rogan of the Kansas City Monarchs in the 1920s and 30s. Bullet Rogan with the Kansas City Monarchs in 1934. Mark Rucker, Transcendental Graphics, Getty ImagesWe've talked about Rogan's two-way prowess before, and we found that his most similar current comparison would be if a single player was like Ronald Acuña Jr. at the plate and Gerrit Cole on the mound. Which is basically a description of Ohtani, too, if you think about it. But that was using unofficial statistics prior to Baseball Reference's research being published. The official numbers make Rogan's career look just as impressive, despite playing in leagues with schedule lengths that usually ranged from 60 to 100 games per season. He produced 23.7 WAR as a batter and 37.8 as a pitcher, for a grand total of 61.5 career WAR, or more than 99.3% of all MLB players since 1901. He and Ruth are also the only players with at least 20 career WAR as both a batter and a pitcher. If we account for the shorter schedules he played, Rogan's numbers get really extraordinary. On a per 162 game basis, he had 6 seasons with a pace of 10 or more WAR, including 5 straight from 1921 through 1925.